Hi, I'm Karen.
I'm Kathryn, and you are listening to Coffee with Milk. Today we are talking hair, makeup, style, the whole shebang. But we got to do it first. We got to talk about coffee.
What you
Coffee.
drinking today?
So everybody has sent this to me, and I actually didn't. I saw it before everybody sent this to me because we went to Target. Target came out
Okay.
with a lavender lemonade whipped cream.
I sent it to you too. You already do.
Because we went to Target last week. I forget what we were getting, and I was gonna go check the whipped
Target
cream.
tells you what you need.
Right. Well, because Target last year came out with like a jelly bean flavor, which is so funny because we were literally walking into Target and I was like, I wonder if they're gonna come out with the jelly bean flavor again because it was like a peach jelly bean. It was not
Hmm.
my favorite personally. And we walk
Hmm.
up and there were two cans left of the lavender lemonade. I picked up both. I
I
was
don't
like,
blame you.
I don't even care if I don't like it. I need to try this, and I'm grabbing both.
Because if you love it, you're going to wish you had gotten the other
Exactly. So
one.
I grabbed both and I absolutely love it. So today I have just a regular like iced caramel like coffee with the whipped cream. It's purple on top.
Wow.
It's
So
so
how's
good.
the combo?
It's so
Really?
good.
I love
Honestly,
that you try all these different flavors
well
together.
you would think the lemonade would overpower the lavender, but I think the lavender
Hmm.
hits like more than the lemonade. I think the lemonade is more of that aftertaste where the lavender is your
Hmm.
initial taste and it ends up tasting almost like a Fruit Loop.
I could see that. Yeah, I
It's
could see
so
that.
good. I will say lavender, I talked about it with a lot of people and I have learned lavender is not everybody's favorite flavor, which I kind of
Hmm.
already knew. I
Yeah.
view lavender kind of like cilantro. It's like if you like
Hmm.
cilantro, you're probably gonna like lavender
Yes,
because the people who
that's
don't
kind of true. Yeah.
like cilantro probably are gonna think lavender also tastes like soap.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
talked to a lot
Or
of my
just like some kind of like flour or
yeah, like it's
something that
too
you're
like
not supposed
flowery
to
to
eat.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people like the smell more than the taste of lavender.
Hmm.
But yeah, I've had a lot of people who are like, I would never try that. I'm like, well, lucky for you, I will take it for you then. I
That's
will.
right. That's right. Yeah. When you all had the lavender flavor at your wedding. So they
Hmm.
had a coffee bar at their wedding, which is like the coolest thing. I thought it was so fun. And of course, for the coffee queen. Oh, so sorry. Hello. Oh, our
She
camera
said you
queen.
said queen, so I'm on my
Yes,
way.
she thought I was talking about her. But a couple of my friends came to their wedding. They were helping me with the rehearsal dinner, and um, they went on and on about the lavender
Really?
coffee and how much they loved it. And one of them, I can't remember which, said that's not something I really thought I would like, but they tried it and really
It's
loved it.
so good. The
Yeah.
company that we actually use makes their own lavender syrup. They don't like, because
Oh.
you can buy it um from like the name brand like coffee syrup company. I forget what it's called. It's name brand, and I don't even remember what it's
Hmm.
called. But
Well,
you
there's
can
like
I
Torani
think it's
is
Tarani's,
one.
but
Yeah.
you can buy like lavender syrup from them. So you can do that because I originally did that when I was
Hmm.
like, because I we went to Home Goods and they had one bottle
Yes.
left, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
But
Home Goods
then
has a lot of
Home
good
Good, yeah, they
flavors.
have a good
Yeah.
flavors that you wouldn't expect, that
Hmm.
they would have, because they also had strawberry, and I was kind of tempted to get the strawberry one, but I was like, I don't
Hmm.
know. I think I might still go back for it,
Yeah.
but then Bethany made me my own homemade, so I used the homemade over the and
Hmm.
my other one's just kind of sitting there collecting dust until I run through
Yeah.
Bethany's. Um, but the company that we used for the wedding actually makes their own homemade syrup, and we've thought
Hmm.
about getting the syrup for your coworkers as like a thank you for coming and doing all
Oh,
that stuff.
that's
It's just it's
sweet.
been so
Yeah.
chaotic that we haven't had a time to run over and be like, "Do you sell your
Yeah.
syrup?" Because I know because you had mentioned to
Nice.
that to us earlier that
Yeah.
they really like the
Hmm.
lavender, and I was like,
They did.
maybe I should
Yes.
get them some syrup as a
And
thank
I
you.
did too. I thought it was so good.
Anyway, so what are you drinking today?
So I had the probably say it wrong. I'm doing ice today. Califia, I think is how you say it, and it is
Mm.
an unsweetened blonde
Ooh.
roast. And then I put 2 pumps of my sugar-free Mexican cinnamon. You know, I use that pretty much every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then a little bit of my coffee cake not Potts creamer, which is no dairy and no sugar. So
Mm-hmm.
it's, I was looking at it. So 10 calories in the iced coffee for 12 ounces, 10 calories in the coffee creamer. And I think the syrup has zero. So I'm like, I could
You're
drink this
like,
all day long. Of
I am
course,
health
my
queen.
keep me up. I
I feel that.
wanted the other night, it was raining, it was Friday night, and I had stopped to pick up dinner. And there happened to be a little Starbucks right next to where I was getting dinner. And I
Mm-hmm.
just all day had wanted something hot, like a really good hot coffee. So I was like, I'm just going to go in. It's Friday. If it keeps me up all night, it keeps me up. It didn't. I just got a cappuccino. It was excellent. It hit the
Worth
spot,
it.
and I slept just fine.
Today, like you said, we are talking about multiple of things.
Mhm.
Basically comes down to your style of life, and different things altogether. Like I had said in last week's episode, and I'm saying again today, I am a major makeup lover. Sorry, I'm turning myself up a little bit. I feel like I can't hear myself now. I turned myself down. Now I'm like, I feel like I need to turn myself back up. But yes, we were talking about makeup. So you can see I finally did my makeup for like the first time ever in this podcast. You wouldn't believe it, but every podcast episode I've probably only had mascara and lipstick on. But today I
And
felt
still look amazing.
false, incorrect. I don't look good without makeup. I don't know. We were
What did I say last week? We all see ourselves differently than other
I
people
know.
see us.
I know. We were
We're
talking
harder
about
on
this right
ourselves.
before we started the podcast where I think personally I look better with makeup. I think my personality comes out a lot more when I put my makeup on. I feel more like does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does, because I think that your confidence is, you feel more confident. And yeah, we
Absolutely.
started talking about this before, and we're like, maybe we should just talk about
Say this for
this
the
while
podcast.
we're recording. So yeah, I think that
Drop the coffee on
some
me.
people think we're that we do makeup and hair and whatever to impress other people, and some people may.
Right.
But I think for me, it's more about I feel more confident if I
Absolutely.
have my hair and my makeup on.
Absolutely.
Not my hair on, but have my
She
hair,
puts her hair on.
brushed.
Oh my god, I'm turning into you with my Pinterest. I can't
I
help it.
love that. I love it.
You've turned me into a Pinterest woman.
We
But
love you, Pinterest.
we love all hail Pinterest. I actually find a lot of my makeup looks on Pinterest, which is kind of
Nice.
I like have a
You
whole
should post some of your looks on Pinterest.
maybe
I don't know
maybe
how to post on
I
Pinterest,
think
but obviously other people do.
there's like a little I think there's like a little right in the middle, like at the very bottom there's like the
Mm-hmm.
home, the spyglass, the plus, and then like whatever. I think the plus is so you
Mm-hmm.
can post on
Oh, okay.
Pinterest. But
Gotcha.
we can post you can post your makeup looks. Why do I gotta post mine? You post your makeup looks. Everybody tell
Well,
Karen she has to post hers on Pinterest.
okay. The thing that you're said incorrectly is makeup looks, plural, because I have one. One makeup look. It's
No.
either there or it isn't. It's either on or it's not.
It's either on or it's not.
Yeah,
No. Ugh. But I feel
I
like
don't get too creative. Now, when you all got married and I had my makeup done by, they had a makeup artist come in and do our
mhm.
makeup and our hair. Um, and that was a different look for me. That was not my everyday look.
Mhm.
But it was a special occasion. So, but generally, I'm pretty simple when it comes to makeup.
Well, I really wanted this is no by any means bash to any of my girls who are in my wedding party, but I am the makeup artist of my friend group. And
Mm-hmm.
so they were all kind of like, I don't know what to do. So I was like, I'm gonna get a makeup artist. I was more insistent that they needed to get their makeup done versus their hair. I was kind of like, if you want to do your own hair, definitely do your own
Mm-hmm.
hair. But I would prefer you at least got your makeup done by a professional because a lot of them kind of like what we discussed last week about the one lady who was like, we need to dress up this girl, even though, it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like
Yeah.
not everybody wants to be into makeup. Not everybody
Right.
knows how to be in makeup. And,
Mm-hmm.
it was one of those words, like you said, it was a special occasion. So, one, I wanted them to
Right.
be pampered and feel spoiled, but I'm also kind of like, you guys have voiced to me that you don't feel confident enough, so I want to give you guys that
Hmm.
tool so you guys feel more confident on my wedding day
Right.
and not have
Right.
to sit there and worry about whether or not it's going to turn out looking good or not because it's going to be done by a
Hmm.
professional, which I think everybody
Hmm.
looked absolutely beautiful. I
Oh,
look
me
back
too.
on my photos all the time, which I might try and add a photo here of all of
Nice.
my girls, but I think everybody looked absolutely beautiful all day.
I agree.
I think
I agree.
my makeup artist and I are actually like really good friends now. And I was like, you
Oh,
did
cool. I liked her.
amazingly.
Yeah, she
I
did a great
loved
job.
her. She
Hmm.
was so good. I will have to see if I
She
can link
was.
her makeup account. I'll have to ask her if she's okay if I link her makeup account because you guys would
Yeah.
love her if you're in
Hmm.
the Ohio
Super
area.
nice. And yeah,
She's so nice. But
did a
yes,
great job.
but to get into talking about makeup, first we gotta talk about skin. We gotta talk about our
Okay.
skincare and everything in between.
Okay.
I know typically there's like 20, but did I just hear her?
Probably because she's right
I
here.
was like, I
Yeah.
heard a really high squeak. It sounded like giggling.
She's coming over.
Oh no, I've addressed her. I'm so. Oh, hi, Olive.
Say hi to your fans.
Hello,
Say
Queen.
hello.
Say everybody loves only me.
She would like to think so.
She would. She would love to think so. Um, she's so cute. I love her.
Her little tiny head is so tiny.
Just a tiny little baby. Just a tiny little girl.
She loves her neck scratches. That's what she's really here for.
She likes
It's
neck
very
scratches.
selfish. Oh,
Espresso
yes.
likes right behind his ears and then his chin.
Hmm.
He's a. It must be like a Bombay thing.
Yeah, she loves it.
She's so cute.
Okay, sorry.
Anyways,
We
we
digress.
have to take an. I feel like every episode we have to take an Olive second just to admire the
She'll make
queen.
sure of it. Yes,
But
yes.
yes, to skincare routine. I keep in mind before we talk about anything, I wanted to make this like address this. Do not feel like you have to take our routine and apply it to your own. Do not feel like
Hmm.
your routine is not sufficient because it doesn't look like ours, or if you feel like you're doing too many steps and now you're like, well, now I feel like I need to take out some steps because they're not doing it. By all means, if your routine works for your skin, keep
Hmm.
doing it. Do not
Yes.
ever stray away from something that is helping you by any means, because I don't
Hmm.
want to be the reason why your skin might get messed up because
Right,
it's
right.
your skin. You know what's best for you. I had to learn.
Hmm.
I mean, I feel like we all had to learn, especially if you're focused on your skincare and your hair care, what works best for you. And so, if you have
Right.
something that absolutely works best for you, do not stray away from it by any means just because we do something that looks a little different for you.
Hmm.
It's like we've said in the past, everybody's different. Your skin, your texture, some people got dry, some people got
Right.
oily, and some people have
Hmm.
combination. So don't
Hmm.
ever feel like you have to apply anything we're saying. But also, if you feel
Right.
like you want to add something, don't hesitate to try new things. You're not going to
Hmm.
be, if you're struggling to find something that works for you and you hear something that you might enjoy or might like to try, don't hesitate to try and apply it to
Hmm.
your routine as well. I mean, it's trial and error when it comes to skin and
It
hair
is.
routine. Um,
Yes. And everything we said comes with a disclaimer, just like she was saying. It may or may not work for you. What works for us might not work for everyone else. So,
absolutely.
yeah, I'm like Kathryn, I don't want anyone's skin to have a bad reaction to something or
Absolutely.
just not go well. So please know that we're just going to share with you what works for us.
Absolutely. Well, there's like if you get online and you just search skincare routine, there's such like a baseline of what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do cleanser, toner, an antioxidant serum, like some type of serum, an eye balm, acne spot treatment, moisturizer, sunscreen, and primer and slash makeup. I don't do half of that.
Same.
I don't do the toner, I don't do the antioxidant serum, the eye balm, or the acne spot treatment because that's my skin. I don't typically need that kind of stuff. But if you do need that stuff, once again, like we said, do not feel bad because it's in your routine. Fortunately,
Mhm.
everybody's skin is different. So the fact that I only need to use concealer, moisturizer, and sunscreen, it's a perk for myself, but at the same time, I am extremely blessed that my skin doesn't need all those things. So I definitely don't take advantage of the fact that I don't need all of those things because it
Mm.
can be really disheartening, especially because of cystic acne and all that kind of stuff. I know very, very luckily a lot of that kind of stuff is becoming more socially acceptable, which is kind of silly to me because it's kind of like acne is acne. You're gonna get it whether you like it or not. You may not get. Honestly, you can get it all over your body. My husband gets bad back knee. We've actually thought about using some professional grade like body wash for his back. So keep that in mind that just because you might not have face acne, you might have other forms of acne as well.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely take care of your skin. The cleanser I typically use is Cetaphil.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it's how it's called. We also use the moisturizer Cetaphil. Um, there was like this whole thing. I know it was for the other brand. It was like CeraVe or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Where this actor, yep, you use CeraVe. Have you seen the
I
like?
do.
Did you see the It was pretty popular. There's like this guy, actor, I think his name's like Michael CeraVe, and they was going around that he actually created CeraVe, which isn't true,
Oh, I haven't seen
because
that.
I believe it was made by dermatologists, but it was like this whole joke that he actually made it because his last name is like the company
That's
name.
funny. Yeah, it says developed with dermatologists. So yeah.
So yeah, no, they actually played like the company played up on the joke and actually made like a whole bunch of
That's
commercials
funny.
where he was going around being like, "I invented it," and dermatologists were standing there like, actually, I partially invented that. Like what? But so yeah, I know dermatology. I actually work in a dermatology office, and the number one companies they would recommend were Cetaphil and CeraVe.
It's
They're
good to know.
say they're very highly recommended. The moisturizer, the cleanser,
Mm-hmm.
or any product that they have are typically your number one branded. I know
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of like I know Neutrogena was one not a lot of people recommend. I know St.
Mm-hmm.
Ives is also one people do not recommend at all.
Right,
I
right.
believe it's actually very harsh for your skin.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
just keep that in mind as well. Do your research. 100% do
Yes.
your research. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Especially because I feel like in my young age, I used to use like St. I. I definitely use the apricot, like St. Ives stuff.
Yes, with the big chunks of
Mm-hmm.
um it's like apricot pit chunks in
Mm-hmm.
it or something to like get rid of,
I
yeah.
use
And
that.
we didn't realize how harsh that was on our skin.
No, we use that. I know bio whatever. I forget what it's called.
It's a
It's
bioderm,
I think
maybe?
so. That's another one that
Maybe.
people typically like to use, but unfortunately, it's another one a lot of dermatologists do not
Hmm.
recommend.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I know they're like nose strips I used to love to do because
Oh,
I feel like
right.
they actually got a lot of my like
Hmm.
stuff out, but they were like that's actually
I've
not good
never
for your
used one of
skin.
those.
I
Yeah, I've
love
never
using
used
them for
one.
my nose. I need to get your
Yeah.
sun on them. Like on it.
Hmm.
We actually the company we use for our acne like our acne patches, we actually use acne patches. I don't know if you've ever used them. We use
I
Mighty Hero
haven't.
or Hero whatever Mighty
Okay.
um
They didn't have those when I was younger, in my
mhm.
younger years. I had some acne that I dealt with, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But go ahead.
But
But those didn't exist back
yeah,
in the
I'd say
day.
we I will fully honestly if you want to sponsor us, Mighty Hero, definitely do it because it is the only brand I have found that actually sticks to your face, or at least my face,
Oh,
and
okay.
works.
Hmm.
I've had like even in the weirdest spots of acne, I had one in my ear. Like the very first time I ever used one of these acne patches, I used it on my
Wow,
ear, like pimple, and it actually got the whole thing out.
that's
I
awesome.
say it is
Good to know.
like it is probably the only acne patch brand I will ever recommend to people because the Starface one did not stick to my face at all. I feel like it just kept coming
Mm.
off.
Hmm.
It was not for me. I'm sorry, Starface, if you ever watch this, but I unfortunately will never ever endorse your brand.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
good in my opinion, but it might be good for other people. So like, that's what I'm saying. If
Right,
it doesn't work,
right.
if it works for you but it doesn't work for me, keep using it.
Yeah, it might be somebody's different. If somebody
Nature.
has more oily skin, it might not work as well. But if you have drier skin, it might work for you.
So it might stick to your face better. I have
Yeah.
combination skin because I get super
Hmm.
dry right here and right here, but then I get like oily and like whatever like
Mm.
around here, which is so weird. You would think it
That's
would
interesting.
be the other way around.
I was gonna say I was always the opposite. As a teenager and through the years until I got, to where as you age, your skin tends to change. But yeah, I was always very oily, forehead, nose, chin, that T zone that they call it. That was my,
Hmm.
and you're right, that's probably the most common.
I feel like it's definitely
Um,
very common, but
mm-hmm.
I'm always
Yeah,
dry like right around through here,
being a little
and
different.
I'm like dry up in here, but I would say
Mm-hmm.
probably the bottom of the T I'm more oily, like around my mouth,
Mm-hmm.
but it's honestly probably because of a nervous tick more than it is my actual
Oh
skin,
yeah.
because I bite my nails and I play with my hair and all that, and
Mm-hmm.
I do things you're not supposed to do, and then I touch my face.
Yeah.
I do things
Yeah.
you're not supposed to do at all, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't recommend touching your face after you've played with your hair. Don't do it. It's a bad habit. I've
Yeah.
been trying to break it
I
for years.
think me too. I think COVID made me realize how much I touch my face. That was kind of the big thing. Don't be touching your face. Keep,
Hmm.
and I realized, wow, I do that a lot.
Right.
Probably more habit, and we all sort of have our little anxiety things in my, I tend to do this a lot. I used
What is
to play with my necklace. Sorry if that was loud, but
I
just
didn't hear
kind of
any of it.
swing it. Okay, good. I was picked up the microphone, but those
Yeah.
little things that you do, but then you realize, oh yeah, try not to touch my face too much.
I'm sorry. Espresso came in here. Hello, TG boy. He's staring at the door. There's nobody there, unless your dad's there bullying you.
So
Sorry.
you said Cetaphil is your,
Yes, it is
and
my absolute go-to.
showed you mine, which is
The
the
renewing.
CeraVe.
So
Yeah,
yes.
this is the renewing SA cleanser, which is salicylic acid, has
Mm-hmm.
ceramides. It's non-drying and non-irritating, gently cleanses and exfoliates while softening and smoothing skin. I love this stuff. I always wash my face with it every night.
I know
And
Karen beat me to it and was smart and brought products with her. I
I did.
I was like, I'm gonna spearhead this and didn't even think to grab any of my products. But the one that we typically use is the Cetaphil like daily facial cleanser. It's just they're like I don't want to say like they're generic, whatever. It's like the generic one that you can use. I know they have like multitudes of different kinds. I've seen a lot of people shame people who use things literally prescribed to them by dermatologists. I was watching a couple of videos about like acne and stuff, like going on my deep dive that I do every once in a while on acne.
Mhm.
And this girl was getting so much hate because she was using like topical stuff for like prescribed to her, and people are like,
Mhm.
that just means you're weak and that you can't take care of your skin properly. Maybe if you'd stop eating certain things. And it's like, first of all, how do
Mhm.
you not know she hasn't already done that? And
Right,
second of all, who are you? Why do you
right.
think you have a place to talk about somebody's like medical? Like, I get it.
Mhm.
Yes, she's
Sure.
sharing it. She's sharing it for the whole world to see. So, unfortunately, when you share stuff like that, you open yourself up for
Mhm.
unfortunate scrutiny and stuff. But it's like,
Right.
she's
As we
literally
are right now.
as we are right now. But like, it blows my mind that people think that they're smarter than a dermatologist. Like,
Mhm.
she was clearly prescribed this for a purpose. Like, how do you not know?
Right.
A lot of people's arguments always take out meat and take out dairy because of whatever all that
Mhm.
stuff holds. A lot of people are always like, go vegan. It's like, well, one, how do you not know she's already vegan? Like, how do you
Mhm.
not? You don't know. She
Or
just
that
like
she tried it and it didn't change
right,
anything.
like you're just seeing a very small blip of this girl's life
Mhm.
of her just sharing her time taking care of her cystic acne.
Mhm.
Like I get like we said, I get it. You're opening yourself unfortunately to a world of very unnecessarily open like people who need to
Right.
share their opinion. It sucks. That's the world we live in.
Yeah.
Too many people were given access to the internet in my opinion, but with that being said, it sucks. It's so silly to me. It's kind of like I don't understand why you think you're smarter than somebody who's studied
Mm-hmm.
skin for years
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
continues to study skin for the rest of their life because they're a
Yeah.
dermatologist. And it's like like we had said in a previous episode, there's nothing wrong with needing a little extra help in taking care of
Mm-hmm.
yourself. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of
Right.
fact, I think it's more brave and honorable that once she's sharing that for the whole internet to see her in such a vulnerable place, but
Mm-hmm.
also that she's genuinely trying to take care of herself.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's such a brave and honorable thing to do, to finally be able to step back and be like, I need to take care of myself. This is not something, because cystic acne, from what I've researched, is very painful. It can be
I've heard
extremely
that too.
painful.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously you want a little relief, and I feel like getting it
Mm-hmm.
from the dermatologist, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like when you take
Mm-hmm.
ibuprofen for a headache.
Right.
It's you're getting relief from pain and from suffering that you have to deal with on a daily
Mm-hmm.
basis. I think a lot of people look at it that superficial, you're just trying to take care of your looks, and it's like, and like, what's so wrong with that?
Mm-hmm.
what
Right.
what's so wrong with me trying to take care of myself?
Mm-hmm. That is my business.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, people, I think
Mm-hmm.
it sucks because it's like sometimes I feel like it comes from jealousy of them not being able to do it. But I also
Mm-hmm.
think some people genuinely just love to see the world be chaotic
I
and
know, just
sufferable and
spewing unkind things in the world is so unnecessary.
so unnecessary. Like, this girl's just trying to take care of herself. But yes,
Mm-hmm.
so cleanser. We've talked cleanser.
Yeah.
Like I said, do you use toner? I don't use toner. I've
I
just
don't, but I will tell you, there's one more thing I use for cleansing. I brought it's show and tell today. First, let me show
I
you
feel so left
this.
out of show
No,
and
no,
tell.
no. Sorry. So I have this little guy right here.
Mhm.
And it is from Walmart. First, let me say there is nothing in my skincare or body care or makeup routine that is expensive. Um,
Mhm.
Makeup, as Kathryn said last week, can be very expensive, and there's nothing wrong with spending your money on that if that's what you like to spend your money on.
Absolutely.
Um,
Mhm.
I have tried very expensive skincare routines before, and didn't really see much difference between the
Mhm.
expensive ones and the things I can get at Target or Walmart. So, but
Absolutely.
this thing I really like. So you kind of put your
Ooh.
fingers in there, and it's soft. It's little soft bristles, but it's sort
Mhm.
of an exfoliating
Ooh.
thing. So I use that with the CeraVe.
Mhm.
Put some on there, scrub it in, and then when I rinse off, after I rinse off my face, um, I will show you a couple other little things I use for my show and
I
tell.
love that we're doing show and tell right now. That's my
I
favorite.
know, right? So
Dang it, I feel so left
there's
out.
some.
I feel like I
I
need to
think
go gather all my stuff together real
Sorry,
quick.
I should have said that. Okay, so
No, you're
do you know
fine.
what these are? Well, this one
Oh,
it'll
are
tell
those little
you, but
tablets or whatever?
they are. So I had these. I bought these actually for your wedding for a
Mm-hmm.
emergency kit stuff. So
We still have
it's
that.
a I love them.
Mm-hmm.
So you can throw them in some water and they will poof up. Now this one is going to get bigger and it's a little sturdier, a little more expensive. These are both from Amazon. This one is very compact. You drop it in some water and you have a towel, a washcloth, disposable, of course. So I will use that a lot of times to wash my face. And
Mm-hmm.
then I have this little guy. So
Ooh.
this is a Scrub Daddy pump for, I have one also in my kitchen that has dish detergent in it.
Mm-hmm.
This is micellar water, which I
Mm.
love. And I may not be saying that correctly. How do you
Micellar
say that?
water.
Yeah.
It's just micellar water.
So,
You had it right.
okay. Okay. So that's what's in here. Now, I learned this on TikTok. A lot of my little secrets are from TikTok. You can learn a lot on TikTok.
You
And
can.
then I use these little pads,
Mm-hmm.
and you just pump it. Oops, I dripped, and get it wet and go over my face, and it takes off the rest of what my
Mm-hmm.
other didn't get. So that's my little trick, that if you use this
Use the
micellar
micellar
water,
water.
then consider investing in one of these. I think it might have been $10 or
Hmm.
something. But you
Mm-hmm.
can just keep refilling it. It's easy, it's quick. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So those are my two cleansing routines that I use. I do not use toner. You had asked me that. I
Don't use
don't own
toner.
any. I don't use it.
I don't either.
Um, I don't really know what it does.
Yeah, don't say.
I
um,
mean,
to bounce
if you
off your
use toner, tell us because
right, if you
I'd
use
like to
toner,
know. Am I
definitely let us
missing
know what it
something?
uses for you,
Yeah,
like does for you.
yeah.
From what I've kind of seen, it helps with dark like spots on your face, but I could be very wrong. But to bounce off your exfoliation, actually, if you don't want to
Mm-hmm.
buy anything, use a washcloth. I actually learned
Mm-hmm.
this from the makeup artist that did our makeup. She said take a very like not like hot by any means, but like warm
Mm-hmm.
washcloth and just gently go over your face the night before an event, or
Mm-hmm.
actually she said 2 nights before an event. It'll be
Oh,
perfect like a little baby's butt. But I also
oh,
actually use micellar water as well, but I only use it for my eyes. I do not use it for my
okay.
whole face.
So it takes
Because
off your
it's
eye
yeah,
makeup,
because
is
it's
that what you're
not as
saying?
harsh on
Okay.
your eyes. So
Uh-huh.
I've only been using it for my eyeballs. I actually use a little like towel that you're supposed to use to remove makeup with, and I just
Mm-hmm.
set it on
Yeah.
my eye for a couple seconds, and then I kind of just like wipe it
Mm-hmm.
away, and it
Yeah.
goes away. But
Well.
I say I don't use toner. I don't really use any serums. I know there's like this one
Mm-hmm.
serum. I forget what it's called. It's like hydro. I don't even know that people have been really.
Is it hyaluronic
I
acid
think
or
so. I don't know.
something? Mm-hmm.
Everybody's really into that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use any eye cream. I know my mom uses eye cream. I think
Mm-hmm.
not to say
As we
anything. I
age,
say not anything against you, Karen,
I'll
but
say it. No, I'll say
I
it.
think people
It's
who get
true.
older typically use eye cream a
Mm-hmm.
little more, but I could be
Mm-hmm.
very wrong. If you're somebody who young who uses it, please let us know the purpose of it for younger ages.
So let
Yeah,
me let you in on a little secret.
let me know.
Um, okay, so first of all, I didn't bring it. It's pretty basic. I take off my eye makeup with petroleum jelly. I
Hmm.
have done it since I started wearing mascara, which was probably eighth to ninth grade or something. I started wearing foundation in seventh grade. I remember asking my mom if I could, and
Hmm.
after her, I was the third daughter. She's like, man, sure, whatever. I don't think she
She's
really
like, I
cared
don't
at that
care.
point.
She's like, do whatever.
Yeah,
Get out of my
whatever.
face.
So I wore it. I'm sure it looked hideous. It was probably the wrong color. I probably had the dark line where it hadn't blended in well. I'm sure it was awful.
Gotta blend
It was
down.
the little cover girl. You can still buy it. That little
Hmm.
kind of bottle. You know what I'm talking about. That's what I wore. But then when I added mascara, that was probably all I added was some mascara. But petroleum jelly I have used on my lashes all of these years. And I
Hmm.
remember my mom telling me, she was like, if you wear mascara, your eyelashes are going to fall out. And I think that maybe that happened to her because
Hmm.
maybe she wasn't removing her makeup.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'll watch this. So I have for all my life used petroleum jelly, put it on there, gently wipe it off. That's the first step that I do in makeup removal. And my eyelashes are pretty thick and long still.
Hmm.
The girl
Hmm.
that does my hair, she wanted to do a lash lift on me. She's like, you have the best lashes. And it didn't work. I think she needed to use a little more product, but she wanted me to be a model for her for this process that she wanted to start doing. And
Hmm.
because she said my lashes were good, and I was like, I'm telling you, this is what it is. So,
Petroleum
as a
jelly.
person
Hmm.
who's been doing my makeup for a long time, at your age, and if again, whatever you have that works for you is awesome. But
Absolutely.
if you want to try it and just see if it helps you, and this is for our listeners too, with your skin and your lashes and things as you age, it's just a little inside scoop for you that has
To
worked
know
well for
of.
me.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I know they have a lot of like eyelash and eyebrow serums. I don't need help in the eyebrow department. These are all natural. I literally
You
just
have
brush them
great brows.
through and
Yeah.
just set them with some. I actually don't use eyebrow gel. I use like so my husband uses this like hair. palm like cream almost for his
Hmm.
hair, and he accidentally
Hmm.
bought Old Spice instead of he likes the Dove version better, so I stole his Old Spice one and I literally just set my eyebrow with it. That's it.
Wow,
I don't do
wow.
anything else. I'll shape them, like I'll shave them and like do what I
Uh-huh.
need to just shape them a little bit. But these are all natural, baby. I don't do anything else to them.
You
I
got
don't.
some good
I'll say
brows.
I don't fill them in. I have so many people tell me, "Do you fill them?" I was like, I don't fill them in. I just brush them out. That's literally it.
Yeah.
That's all I
Well,
do is brush them out and set them.
I wish I could say the same about the eyebrows. So I when I was younger, you know, we've talked about how trends change, hair, clothes, fashion, makeup, all of it, things change. Well, also what changes is kind of your eyebrow shape. So when I
Mhm.
was younger, our eyebrows were like very arched, like
Mhm.
semicircle almost. And so I remember when I first started tweezing, because I like had them so, right in between my eyes.
A
And
unibrow.
um, yes, and it would hurt so much. I would just be like, oh, it's just like, pulling out your own hair or something from your head. It just hurts so much. And then through all these years, now I'm pretty much numb to it. Like it doesn't even hurt anymore, nothing. It's like
Mhm.
whatever. But I would look back at my pictures even more recently, and I was like, I just don't like the shape of my brows. So I try to kind of reshape them a little bit, to
Mhm.
the point that now I don't have many brows left. So I color mine, fill mine in. And what I'm currently using, this is, I should have cleaned this off, and I apologize. Here, let me get my little micellar water thing and clean it a little bit. I have the Fab Brows. Um, and so I
Fat
learned this
brows.
from a lady on TikTok. Um, and
TikTok.
she said, I love her. I
TikTok
follow her.
sponsor us.
I'm hardly ever on TikTok anymore. I'm sorry, TikTok. But
Sponsor us,
um,
TikTok.
you can see how much I've used it, because she was asked what she used for her brows, and that's what she said. And it comes with a little um, like templates that you can use,
Mhm.
so
Hmm.
that's what I do for my
Interesting.
brows. But don't don't over pluck your brows when
Don't
you're
do it.
young,
Don't do
forever,
it.
because you will get to the point that they will not come back. If I can
Mhm.
teach you anything, it's things that I have done through the years that have helped with my skincare, and things that I'm telling you I've learned, and don't do it. So do not
Yeah.
over pluck your
I
brows.
was that's partially why I think I still have like thick eyebrows. I was very nervous to lose my
Mm-hmm.
eyebrows, so I like don't
Mm-hmm.
touch my eyebrows ever. I
Yeah,
don't fill them in.
I
I don't do anything. I think my
you're very
wedding day
wise.
she filled in a little bit like right here cuz right here I will
Mm-hmm.
say it's just a little faint, but I never do it. I
Mm-hmm.
personally never, and like professionals will
Yeah.
fill this little bit in, but I just
Mm-hmm.
personally I never do it. I
Yeah.
just don't feel a point to it. I do like shave the top and like I shape the tail a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
I love my brows too much. They're like
Yeah.
eyebrows can make or break your face. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh,
Eyebrows
absolutely.
definitely. And people who shave their eyebrows and can pull it off, honestly, I am so impressed with you because
Mm-hmm.
I could never pull off no eyebrows. I
Yeah.
couldn't do it. I would not be able to. I
You
think
would look so
I would
different.
look so different and I
Yeah.
don't think I would look good. I don't think I would
Yeah.
look good bald and I don't think I would look good without eyebrows.
Yeah.
But yes, back to our skincare. The next
Uh-huh.
one is the acne spot treatment. Like we actually just talked about with the acne patches. I feel like that's a better acne treatment than actual like spot treatment creamer for
Mm-hmm.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
I use that more in the PM. Like I go to sleep with acne like patches on instead
Mm-hmm.
of wearing it throughout the day unless I'm literally not leaving the apartment and I see one like
Mm-hmm.
12 p.m. I'm like, I need to put a patch on that. But
Yeah.
typically, I only wear them at night. But like I said, the Mighty Hero patch is where it's absolutely at. Unless you've seen another one that works better for you, by
Mm-hmm.
all means, definitely do it.
So would you say by morning, it's like ready to take off? Does it tell you how
Absolutely.
long to keep it on, or do you just sort
Um,
of guess? And
It's usually people usually will recommend it to do it at night because it can take up about to 6 hours.
okay.
To like whatever. So it's usually typically
Mm-hmm.
recommended just to wear them while you sleep. That way, also
That
you're not
makes
picking at
sense.
anything as well
Mm-hmm.
because you're asleep
Right.
and you're not worried about it. Because I know
Mm-hmm.
some people don't like having things on their face and like
Yeah.
can feel it. So if you do it at night, you're asleep and You're not even
Hmm.
gonna notice it. So I definitely recommend it
Right.
doing while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Unless you like
That's
see it
good.
and you're like, I think I might put a patch on that. But for me,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't go out of the apartment with one on. I feel like I look goofy with them on, so I'm like, you could bet your bottom dollar I'm not leaving with this on my face.
But people do,
People do.
and
People do. If you're confident
that's
in
okay.
it, definitely
Yeah.
do it. My husband, we've used some on his arms because he gets like pimples like all over his arms, and so we'll put them on his arms all the time, and he'll leave with them all over his arms, and he'll look down and he'll be like, "I have a pimple patch on." Like such a man thing to do.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't
I
care
have
at all.
another product that I wanted to share with you too.
Mm.
And this is one
I love how
I
we're
would
cleaning
tip.
everything
I know.
with the
Well, as I
micellar
look out
water.
here, I've got this what do you call the light, the ring light, and I'm like, oh, it shows everything.
You're like, it's so
But
bright.
this is something that I bought. So my daughter Bethany, she was working at European Wax
Mm,
for a while,
mm-hmm.
and she had told me about some of their skincare products, and
Mm,
so I got some. This is my favorite, and this is an exfoliator.
mm,
It is the Face and Body Exfoliating Gel,
mm,
and it is not cheap. She had a discount, but I think I might have been able to get it. I can't remember.
mm-hmm.
Um, and I've had it for a long time. I don't use it super regularly, um,
Mm.
but it is, oh, it smells
I
great.
said, it looks like it smells
And
delicious.
it really does. And so you basically just take a little bit and you rub it into your clean skin.
Mm,
And as you continue to rub it in just with your fingers, kind of gross, but you'll start to feel some of that dead skin coming loose. And so you just do it all over your face. Now it's for you can use it all over your body. I have not done that. I've only used it on my face, but the warmth of your fingers
I know
and
what
you can
I'm
get them
doing.
wet and then you just keep doing it
Mm-hmm.
and then rinse it off
Mm,
and you're like, oh my gosh, like sometimes we don't realize that we have some stuff that we need to get rid of, some extra stuff.
mm,
And sometimes I'll use this little guy
mm-hmm.
to just really kind of get in there. But yeah, but it is not cheap. Honestly, I wish I
Mm,
could remember how much it was. But if you can find something like this similar or go to European Wax and get it,
mm-hmm.
um, it's a good one. And
Is
it'll
it?
last a really long time because you're not going to do it every day, maybe once a week.
Mm-hmm. Once a week. Hmm. I know what I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
use when I'm over there.
Yeah, come on over. We'll
Let
do
me
facials.
try it real
Yeah,
quick.
right?
um, that's so interesting. I don't really use. I just use the washcloth method if I'm going to be honest to
Mm-hmm.
exfoliate my face
Yeah.
because it's quick, easy, and to the point.
Mm-hmm. Right. And at your age, that works really well. I think I have just tried to, um, because I didn't always take great care of my skin, I
Mm,
would take off my eye makeup, but there were times I would, we've probably all done it. It's go to bed with our makeup on. And I won't do it now. I haven't done it in years and years and years. But when I was younger, you're kind of like, nah, I'm just tired. I'm just going to bed. And I know my advice to you as a person that has done that and now doesn't is to always
always take your
take
makeup
off
off.
your makeup, even if
I do
it's
too. I
just
always take
with
it off.
a makeup removing wipe. If you're just keep some handy by your bed if you have to, and just get that off of your face.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Absolutely.
as you age, you will be glad that you
You'll
did
be
that.
very happy you took off your makeup. No,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I always make it a point to take off my makeup.
Mm-hmm.
I know that probably sounds very like, oh, I'm better than everybody, but it's because I refuse to allow my skin to get acne.
Mm-hmm.
I I feel like my skin is one of the biggest things I pride myself in because I don't have as much acne. Like, but before I continue that, if you have acne, your skin is absolutely beautiful no matter what. Even if you have acne, even if it's cystic acne or just some pimples that pop up whatsoever, by any means, if you have acne, that does not make you any less beautiful.
Right.
The only time I really ever get acne is when I'm extremely stressed. That's when you know
Mm-hmm.
my anxiety is flaring because my acne is flaring. because I'm probably picking
It's
at
like
my
an
face.
advertisement.
Yeah, I'm like picking at my face, doing all the things, but um I'd always 100% if I could recommend anything is take your makeup off.
Hmm.
Like Karen said, because your older skin will eventually
It will
absolutely
thank you.
thank you, or
Yes.
even your
Hmm.
younger skin will still thank you because
Hmm.
it's going to be able to
Start
breathe
those good habits
now.
now. Start your good skincare habits now. It is never too soon.
Never.
And I had, like I said, have not always had the best skincare routine. Didn't even really have a routine, but um, if since I'm just telling you, I think you will be very grateful.
Listen to Karen.
Whatever, yes, please listen
If
to
you
me.
have if you have any if you ever listen to Karen, this is the prime time to
This
definitely
is
listen to
it.
Karen.
Yes, yes.
um
My 57, almost 58-year-old skin will tell you, please, please take care of it
she's lying to you.
because
She's 28. Don't let her fool you.
I was 28 once.
No, she still is. She never left 28.
uh, yes, I did. 30 years ago.
No, but yes, no. Take your makeup off before you go to bed. I know you're gonna be tired. Just do it. Your
Hmm.
skin is
Yeah,
going to thank you.
it
Um,
will.
and then to go off of that, moisturizer. I use a multitude different
Hmm.
moisturizer. I
Hmm.
suffer with eczema and rosacea and
Mm.
anxiety and
Hmm.
my skin, my actual body, I feel like is very dry because of my eczema. So I get stress-induced eczema. I get it right here on my elbows,
Mm.
and I get it on my hands. I get it from my father. My father gave me all of the unwanted traits. Um,
Thanks, Dad.
Eczema and allergies are all my
Yeah.
father. um, but so I actually just finally got my pinky. It used to be so scaly and dry for like a
Mm.
year or two. And I actually, and like I said, this may work for me, but it may not work for you. So if you want to try it out,
Hmm.
before you do anything, test a small patch of your skin for
Hmm.
all of your products. Do not just full
Yes.
face it, full skin it,
Yeah.
because you could also be
Hmm.
highly allergic to it.
Hmm.
When you dye your hair and people tell you to test it on your skin first, do it. Don't ignore them
Yeah.
because you could be allergic to it. And I mean, I've seen so
Hmm.
many people who dye their hair and their head just so like inflated because and this is going to be such a random company. I use Soap and Glory. Um
Oh.
I use all their stuff. I use their body wash. I love it. It makes my
Hmm.
skin feel so soft right off the bat. And then I go and I have really dry feet. I use their foot cream, and their foot cream is the only like moisturizer that has actually made my feet feel soft. So I
Hmm.
fully
Good
recommend
to
them
know.
if you've never tried anything to definitely give them a try. It's the
I have
only
tried some of their
I'd say
stuff.
their foot cream is the only foot cream that has ever worked for me.
Hmm.
And then
I'm
I
writing it
use
down.
I use their body butter for all over my body.
Okay, I've definitely used that
Say it
before.
helps keep everything nice and moisturized. Also, it smells nice in my opinion. It's a
Hmm.
nice smell.
Hmm.
And then I
Is that,
actually
do they have different scents? I know you're
I
talking about
think
the
they
original
do.
scent. Yeah,
I love
the
the
pink
original.
one.
Yeah.
Is it the pink one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I actually mixed the Cetaphil and body butter together for my hands, and it actually helped
Oh,
my eczema a lot, especially on my pinky.
wonderful.
My pinky,
Wow.
she ain't dry no more. She's very moisturized.
Okay.
There's sometimes if my anxiety does flare up, it does get a little dry around my knuckles, but
Hmm.
takes perfectly good care of it. And I say this
That's
now because
awesome.
I've used eczema specific moisturizer and it just doesn't help. Doesn't help,
Hmm.
doesn't do anything. So if you have eczema and you're like, I don't know what to do, definitely recommend it. But if it
Hmm.
doesn't work for you, don't be dismayed. It just may mean that your body just doesn't like it and you just need to keep trying. Um,
Wow.
but
I
yeah,
love, love, love that you um, combine products because I do that too.
I love combining
Um,
things.
I do too. And I will do it with so many different things. And to continue with show and tell and to talk about, so we've talked about kind of like neck up. Now we're kind of talking about neck
Neck
down.
down.
Um, this is one of my favorites, and this is the Walmart version. This
Body
is
oil.
a moisturized care cocoa divine body oil
Ooh.
gel. So it has cocoa butter in it. And Vaseline makes a similar product that
Mm-hmm.
The Equate one is my favorite. I like it
Mhm.
better than the Vaseline brand version, or the Johnson and Johnson version, some of
Mhm.
the name brands, because this one is actually a thinner consistency. The others are so thick that I almost feel like I can't get it rubbed in well. So
Mhm.
when I get out of the shower, I put this. So here's a little tidbit for you that you probably would be able to live the rest of your life without knowing. Um, I every time I shower, I shave my legs. I shave my legs in the shower, and
Everybody.
the reason I do that is because I hate the feeling of stubble on my legs,
Mhm.
and so I just it's gotten to the point where it's just part of my routine. Like I don't
Yeah.
even think about it. I just do it, and also as you age, when I was younger, I was like, I might shave my legs once a week or something. I really didn't care, and I had like really thick, dark hair on my
Mhm.
legs, and so as I have aged, your body hair will thin, so
Hmm.
it's not as thick and
Mhm.
coarse as it once was. So shaving my legs is like super easy. But I always put this on immediately when I get out. I put this on my legs. And then
Mhm.
to combine, which I'm definitely going to get some of the soap and glory. I've used it before. This is currently one of my faves, which is the
Hmm.
EOS 24-hour moisture body lotion. Has shea butter. And this particular one is vanilla cashmere. So it smells delicious. And
Mhm.
I will get a couple pumps of this in my hand, and then I will add some of this to it. And then I take it, rub it all together, and just rub it all over my
Mhm.
entire body.
Hmm.
And that tends to work pretty good for me. Now, I will note, make sure that I, for the most part, shower at night. Every now and then,
Mhm.
like this morning, I did shower this morning.
Mhm.
On the weekends, sometimes I will, and washed my hair. But just know that if you're going to use this and get dressed immediately, you may end up. I used to be like, what is on my pants? And I couldn't figure it out. And it was coming through my clothes, basically, because it was not like it was rubbed in, but it was just the oil was my
Mhm.
clothes were sort of absorbing it,
Yeah.
and so it was leaving some marks on the clothes. So I had to realize
Mm.
that don't do it too soon. I do it before I go to bed, and you might end up with a little oil on your sheets. If you're not okay with that, don't do it.
Don't
Do
do
what
it.
works for you. But
Right.
I will see like some oil marks on my sheets. I don't care. So
Hello, Queen.
sorry. But that's my combo
That's
that
your
I do.
combo. Yeah, so I love mixing Cetaphil with the Soap and Glory body butter because
Yeah,
it's
I love
thick.
knowing that.
Say
Uh-huh.
the body butter is very thick, which is nice, but I think the Cetaphil kind of makes it a little thinner, so it almost feels like it
Hmm.
goes on like
Yeah,
better.
yeah,
Like my
that's what
skin
I've
can absorb
discovered
it
about
better
mine.
in my hands, which is
Hmm.
nice. And like my um
Yeah.
hello, I'm sorry, my camera was so blurry there. Like in all my eczema spots, my skin's never felt so soft. It's like a baby's butt.
Nice, very
But and then
nice.
I only use Cetaphil on my face. I don't use Soap and Glory because of how
Okay.
perfumey it is. Sometimes
Excuse us.
sometimes if something smells a little too much, I don't recommend putting it on your face.
Hmm.
I only use Cetaphil because there's no perfume smell to it, and it's very good for your
Hmm.
skin, for your face, for my face specifically.
Hmm.
But yeah, if you find something that smells perfumey and you try and put it like, because I mean, we've all been there where we use Bath and Body Works on our face
Yeah.
because we think it's good for it.
Right.
It's not. If it has too
Yeah.
much of a smell to it, the only
Hmm.
thing I would think that you can put on your face that has smell stuff is your lips. Um,
Hmm.
and even then, be cautious, Don't go like
Yeah.
too over top.
Hmm.
But
I think you make a good point. I think things that have a scent is like a flowery scent or something
mhm.
that is sort of a perfumey scent is probably more for to have the scent on you and not so
Mhm.
much to treat your skin or
Absolutely.
yeah, I think something I agree with you with a more
Mhm.
neutral or very light scent
Yeah.
is
It's
probably a
probably your
better
better
idea.
best, especially for your face, because your
Hmm.
skin on your face is thinner, because it's got to
Right.
fit around your skull.
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
it's
And
thinner.
as you age, you will notice it even more.
So yeah, so it's very thin.
Hmm.
So you want to be able to take care of it as much as possible. So definitely be
Hmm.
cautious of things that smell a little too much.
Yes.
Like you said, 9 times out of 10, it's probably more for the rest of your body than it is for your face. Your
Hmm.
face doesn't really need to
Right.
smell. Um,
Yeah.
um, because people shouldn't be in your space enough where they can smell your face. I'm gonna be honest.
Right.
If somebody's that
Maybe
much,
they want to smell your hair, but not your skin
I'll
so
say,
much. Yeah.
if you're in my face, we have other problems. Like,
Right.
if you're trying to smell my face, I will call
Yeah.
911 on you.
Yeah.
Like, back up.
Unless you're a cat that doesn't
Unless
know anything about personal space.
my
Yeah.
cat's in his hammock being a good boy. What are you doing, Olive? Being a bad girl?
she's yeah, she's getting caught in my
She's lucky. She's so.
microphone cord.
This step I'm about to say, do not skip it. Do not skip it. Do
Oh
not
gosh, I'm
move from it.
nervous.
Apply your sunscreen. Do
Oh,
not skip your sunscreen. We will
okay.
fight. Do
I
not.
own sunscreen. I own it.
Do not skip sunscreen.
I'm just
You.
gonna check and see if my
Mm, mm.
moisturizer has sunscreen in it. That's what I'm gonna
I'm
check.
going to be honest, even if your moisturizer has sunscreen in it, I recommend investing in a
Oh,
small little sunscreen.
okay. What if it has 30 SPF 30 in it? Not enough. I have another
It depends on
sunscreen.
your
All
skin.
right. Okay.
But
Well,
either
I'll
way,
add
do
because
not skip it. To all of our
yeah.
listeners, do not skip your sunscreen. That is where you get skin cancer, sun damage,
Hmm.
and although wrinkles can be caused by other things, it can make your skin
Hmm.
wrinkly a lot more.
Hmm.
So do
So true.
not skip your sunscreen, even in the winter time. I hate when people are like, I don't
I
need to apply it
know.
in the winter. Yes, you do. The sun reflects off of the snow and it hits your face.
Right.
The
It's
sun is the
actually probably
sun.
brighter.
I'll say the
Yeah.
sun is the sun and she will shine
Okay.
whether you like it, whatever season it is.
I have
Put your
been
sunscreen on.
shamed. I have been shamed. I will.
Put
I
your
will.
sunscreen
It's
on.
in my moisturizer, but it's probably not enough. And that is something I have not been the best at. And as a person in her 50s should be the one saying, wear your sunscreen. But yes, thank you, Kathryn. You are absolutely correct. And I do have sun damage. When Adam was very small, um, maybe a year old or right at a year old, we went to the beach with his grandparents,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't have I didn't put on sunscreen, and I ended up with serious sunburn on my shoulders right here. It
Mm-hmm.
blistered up. It was so painful.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Adam, that was 30 years ago. I still have some scars, freckles from the
Mm-hmm.
sun damage. You need to obviously on your face every day, but seriously,
You
if you're
need to
going to be
put
out
if your skin is going to
everywhere,
touch the outside world, put even if
yes.
it's not even leaving your
Mm-hmm.
apartment, put your sunscreen on
Mm-hmm.
because the sun can seep through your windows and get you. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
be honest. I hate when people are like, "Well, I'm not going outside." Doesn't matter. If you're inside and the
Yeah.
sun can reach you, the sun is going to touch you whether you like it or
Yeah.
not. That is how the
Mm-hmm.
sun works. The windows do not prevent the UV
Mm-hmm.
rays coming in. Put your sunscreen on.
She's so right. She's so right. I fast forward into about maybe 8 years ago. I don't know, something like that. Um, I went to the beach again and
You gotta stop going to the
did
beach.
wear sunscreen. I know, right? I love the beach. I think I did wear sunscreen. I didn't get burned, but I got so dark. And when I looked in the mirror, I could see that I had these extra dark places on my face. And I kept thinking, all I could think was, this is terrible. Have you ever seen the woman? I've seen her on like YouTube, and she was probably a little more famous before TikTok, but she was addicted to a tanning bed and she
Hmm.
was toasted all the time.
I think I
She
know who
had
you're talking
blonde
about.
hair and her skin
Mm.
was like chocolate brown. and she was just addicted to the look and to the tanning bed. And every time when we were on that vacation, I look in the mirror, I was like, oh my gosh, I look like that woman. I was so dark. And I realized that I had these really dry patches of skin that I had to exfoliate and just get off. And it was like I was kept that tan for a really long time. I don't recommend that. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
really not. I've never been to a tanning bed, but I used to go to high school. And they were very popular when I was in high school, and I went to school with some girls that were constantly at the tanning bed. And I'm wondering how their skin looks now. You know, I've been fortunate that even though I've had some not so great run-ins with the sun and have had some damage, that it
Mm-hmm.
if you look closely, you'll be able to see I have like some dark pigmentation on my face. And when I was a kid, I had freckles. I had these little lines of freckles right here from being in the sun. I'm sure I tend to have a lot of freckles anyway, but they
Mm-hmm.
have sort of advanced into some hyperpigmentation from being in the sun and
Mm-hmm.
also pregnancy. I don't know if you know this, your skin will change
Yes.
through pregnancy a lot.
Yes, it
And I
will.
had hyperpigmentation when I was pregnant with Jake, and some almost those same areas that I had noticed when I was in the sun. It was well after he was born, but it was basically the same areas that I had the hyperpigmentation when I was pregnant. And I had
Mm-hmm.
gone to a dermatologist, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago. It was when I still lived in Ohio. And the dermatologist asked me if my last child was a boy. And I was like, yes. How did you know that? And he said, well, you've got this hyperpigmentation on your skin, and carrying a boy often results
Hmm.
in that for people that are prone to it.
Really?
It's the hormones that are in that they, have that I guess your
Mm-hmm.
body
Hmm.
is mingled with or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he knew that. I was like, well, that's interesting.
It's
So
very
um,
interesting.
it is very interesting. I had never heard that before, but
Mm-hmm.
that just kind of goes along with your. Um,
Wear sunscreen.
I was going to say it's not really a request; it's a directive. It goes along with your directive of wearing your
Wear
sunscreen. So
your
she's right.
sunscreen.
She is absolutely right.
Don't
Yep.
even think I'm teasing. Hee ha ha. No, wear your
She
sunscreen.
is not. She's not
I
joking,
am
y'all.
not joking. And then the last one is primer hair or makeup first when you get ready for events and just life altogether.
Makeup.
Makeup.
What about you?
I do my hair first because I get
Okay.
sweaty and I don't want to
Okay.
sweat everything off.
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
typically, so for my hair, I am the kind of girly, I do not wash my hair every day. It's actually not good for your hair to wash it every
Mm-hmm.
day because you can strip
Mm-hmm.
your like natural oils.
Yes.
I
Mm-hmm.
wash my hair every 2 days. That probably makes you, you're probably like, does that mean you only take a shower every 2 days? No, I shower every day. I just
Right.
don't wash my hair every day
Yeah.
because, I mean, clearly it's working because she's
Mm-hmm.
long.
You
She's
have a
long.
lot of hair. You
I
have
have
a
a lot of
lot of
and
hair.
a lot of long hair and very thick hair.
Mm-hmm.
I get told every time I get my hair done, they always every time have to go in and chop layers because I'm
Mm-hmm.
thick. I'm not just
Yeah.
thick on this side, I'm thick on here too. I'm thick everywhere. Everywhere, every part of me is thick,
Yeah.
okay? And my hair
You're so funny.
especially. It's it's because of my Hispanic background. I get it a lot
Mm-hmm.
from my grandmother. Um,
Mm-hmm.
very thick hair, very thick eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
All
It's
like
beautiful.
it's
It's
super thick.
beautiful. Yeah.
You can probably see how thick it is. I'm not running
Mm-hmm.
low on hair ever. I know people
Yeah.
say when you get pregnant, sometimes it thins out.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I don't even know if I would be that mad about it because in the summertime,
Right.
it's
Mm-hmm.
so hot and heavy on my head in the
Yeah.
summertime.
I
Um,
I did notice when I was pregnant that I would lose hair.
mhm,
Sometimes after you have surgery, and I had two C-sections, 2 out of 3 kids were born C-section. And so you do find that, you're like, oh
mhm,
my goodness, is there going to be anything left? My hair is not as thick as yours, but I have always had thick hair my whole life. And the girl
mhm,
that does my hair for a while there, it was coming out I was very concerned about how much hair I was losing, and I was asking her about it. She's like, "Yeah, I do kind of think so, but I was under a lot of stress at the time, and
Mhm.
that will definitely impact how much hair I find myself losing. But
Mhm.
it has come back, and it's pretty thick. She tells me all the time, "You have a ton of hair. You're fine. Don't worry about
Mhm.
it."
I know. Even when I was younger and I'd get my hair done for like homecoming and prom and stuff, like I want to do updos and she's like, "Girl, I don't know if your hair is going to stay. It's so heavy and
Right?
so like
Yeah, I could
so
see that with you
yeah,
because
so
your hair is
sometimes
just super
she'd be like,
thick.
I think
Yeah.
we're gonna have to do she'd either be like, we need to cut some layers out of this hair
Mhm.
before we do an updo, or you're gonna have to stick with the down
Like a half up
half up,
or
half down
something.
moment.
Yeah.
That's why for my wedding I did, other than also easy access for the veil because I had two veils for my
Hmm.
wedding. Other than that, I was like, I don't want to deal with my head because with my hair can weigh my head down and I can get a headache
I
sometimes.
believe it. I
I
believe
definitely
it.
can get headaches just because my hair is up.
Hmm.
That is not a
Yeah.
myth. That is a thing that happens. Like I literally could be not even looking because I know sometimes because I work on my like for work I have to look at computers all day. I could like
Hmm.
it'd be a day that I don't have like I have my hair up and I'm not working at all and I still get
Hmm.
a headache because I have so
Yeah.
much hair and it weighs
Yeah.
down. It's like
I
back
think,
pain with your bras and
yeah.
stuff in your chest. You know, you get back pain from
Right.
it. It's like
Hmm. I think that your hair is very coarse too. Am I right? Is it like the strands are very thick, each individual strand, which is like
She
my
thickens.
hair is I have a lot of it, but it's a finer
Nope, she thick.
consistency. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So mine is I can put it up and I do a lot. In fact, I used to never wear it up for work and I will now some. But I sometimes I will get a headache just because of the amounts of it. But mine is
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty soft and it's a finer texture.
I'll say, one thing I do actually recommend that worked a lot for my hair growth because I very unfortunately decided to bleach my hair by myself. It wasn't a lot. It was just these two little fronts, and I might have over bleached it a little bit. Might have rained it a little bit. Don't do that. Do not do that. If you're gonna bleach your hair multiple times, wait the allotted time that you're supposed to in between. Don't do it. I wanted lavender hair. It didn't even work out because the lavender just changed it to a platinum blonde, and I was like, literally hate it here. But anyways, I've been taking biotin.
Mm-hmm.
Biotin's for your hair, nails, everything,
Mm-hmm.
and
Nice.
my like the because I it's like these little front parts here. The ends are still fried. I get my ends chopped no matter what because dead ends. But my roots have grown from because I did it last summer when it happened, like before my wedding. Thank God it was like months before my wedding. um, so I could like dye it all back to the whatever like normal hair color I have. But my like roots have grown like this much since, and my hair grows very fast.
Mm-hmm.
So having biotin on top of that, my hair has grown
Yeah.
so much since taking
And you know what
biotin.
else is really good? Biotin is good, and I have used that before. There was a time, a couple different times that I was I get blood work done usually
Mhm.
every year, sometimes every 6 months, and my doctor had said my folate,
Hmm.
I think it was folate, yeah, was low, and so he wanted me to take prenatal vitamins. So he had
Mm.
me taking two prenatal vitamins every day and to get my folate up, which was
Mhm.
it's very important when you're pregnant because if it's too low, there can be like birth defect issues and stuff with the baby. Of course, that wasn't my issue, but he just needed me to get the level up. So
Girl, I am
I was doing the
busy.
two prenatals, and I could tell a difference in my hair
Mhm.
kind of thickened up and would grow pretty fast. So you
Mhm.
don't have to be pregnant to take prenatal vitamins. There's
Mm-mm.
so many good things in there for you.
Mhm.
Now, I'm not suggesting just go do it. You would want to check with your doctor or whatever to make
Absolutely.
sure. I'm not giving medical advice, but I was taking it on the direction from my doctor.
Absolutely.
So, but you could
Everything
ask, you know.
I say everything we recommend, like vitamins and stuff, definitely talk to your
Mm-hmm.
doctor beforehand
Mm-hmm.
if you view it as something do your research and talk to your doctor. Don't
Right,
ever just take
right,
our
yeah,
face fact value because,
yeah.
like we said earlier, it works for us, but it might not work for
Mm-hmm.
you.
Right.
Biotin has heavily helped my hair grow out, so I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to do a big chop on my hair because that's
Mm-hmm.
one of my biggest things. Like when I went in to go and get it looked at, um, to see what I could do to kind of help it, because the biggest thing is people online will tell you to do keratin treatments.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do not put it on your hair because it makes your hair softer, which makes it even more prone to breakage. If it's in a vitamin that you take, she said that's fine if you take it orally because it will like
Mm-hmm.
slowly make your hair softer. But if you put an actual keratin like treatment on your damaged hair, it will actually break your hair even more and
Hmm.
you'll lose even more
I
of your
hadn't
hair.
heard that.
So
Okay,
do not put it on your
good to
hair.
know.
But if it's in your vitamin, don't be as, because I asked her, I was like, well, what if I'm like, it's in a vitamin I'm taking? She's like, that's fine because it's a slower
Hmm.
process of it softening your hair. But if you put it on your hair, it will actually ruin your hair even more.
Mm-hmm.
So don't listen to the internet by any means.
Yeah.
Talk to a professional because a hairstylist
Mm-hmm.
is a professional and they know what they're doing. They have licenses
Right.
for a purpose.
Right.
So listen to them. If they tell you don't do something, don't do it. Listen to your hairstylist.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
so definitely listen to go to a professional. Talk to
Mm-hmm.
somebody who knows what they're talking about and can
Mm-hmm.
fully recommend it. Is there Jacob? Because I'm hearing so many sounds in the
I'm
background.
sorry.
I
It
know.
was, yes. He was making some lunch,
Yeah.
but he has exited now.
No, no, you're fine. I
We
heard
just still
him
have
and
a
then I
cat.
heard
Yeah,
Olive and I
sorry.
was like, so many
A
things.
lot going on. And then
That
my
is okay.
door is open a little bit, so you're probably hearing some traffic as well. So yeah.
Trot, trot. She likes to trot. I think Bombay's love to trot because Espresso loves to trot too. He like trots around.
Sometimes she sounds like a herd of horses. I don't know what a group of horses is, but what is a group of
I
horses?
think
Is it
it's
a
a herd
herd?
of. I think it's a herd of horses.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think it
I know
is.
it's cattle a herd. All right. If you know what the
Let's
actual
Google
answer
that.
is, yeah, let us know.
What?
But she will gallop through the living room and it sounds like she's, a 50-pound dog, but she's this little tiny cat.
A band, a herd. It's a herd.
Hmm.
It's known as a
Okay,
herd.
good. Okay, cool.
Tis a
I was
herd.
right.
You were right.
Cool. Okay, good.
But yes, so
Um,
hair routines.
yeah.
Before we get into our
Mm-hmm.
makeup, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, I don't wash my hair every day. Do you wash your hair every day?
I do not. I wash my hair twice a week. When
Mm.
I was younger, I washed my hair every day. And part of the reason I did it, and this would even be like in my 20s and 30s, is because that we used a whole lot more sticky hair products.
Mm-mm.
I would use
Mm-hmm.
hairspray, a lot of
Yeah.
hairspray, and it would be sticky, and I hated that feeling. So I
Mm-hmm.
would wash it out every day.
Absolutely.
And I have learned, first of all, I don't use, I have a thing of hairspray. It's a brand that I get from my hairstylist. So it's not real tacky or sticky, and I don't use it nearly as much as I used to. I might use it a little bit, every few days
Mm-hmm.
or something. But I have cut way back. I switched to every other day. Then I switched to, like you, yeah. Are you every other day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just kept cutting it back, and I've learned that twice a week works best for me.
I'd say definitely do what works absolutely best for you because I know
Mm-hmm.
some people typically might have more oily hair than others. So if
Mm-hmm.
you find washing it more frequently helps you, by all means, absolutely do
Mm-hmm.
what helps you the most. We're just letting you know what
Right.
we do because my
Yeah.
hair isn't as oily. I think I'm on like day 2 of no hair
Mm-hmm.
wash.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably hair wash day today. um,
Now I have gone, I'll add an extra day in there or something if it's the
mm-hmm.
weekend, and I'll kind of feel like I can tell, oh, I need to wash my hair
Yes,
because it just feels dirty. Um,
absolutely. Yes.
but I can add an
Gets
extra day if I
itchy.
need to. Yeah, kind of itchy. Now I washed my hair this morning. I try to let it dry by itself.
Yes.
Um, I really do, but I do have a diffuser on my hair dryer, and I used it this morning just to kind of get to the roots and get those dried out a little bit. And I was straightening kind of my bangs out a little bit because they like to do weird things. If you remember that last episode, I was like kept playing with this piece of hair that was not cooperating. So sometimes I will part my hair in different places.
Okay,
Like today, I'm a
because
little more centered.
I've got a
Last
hairband on.
time, it was a little more, it was on the side. And so
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually letting my bangs grow out a little bit to have some curtain bangs as opposed to, I had some kind of,
Straight
I don't know what
across.
you call it, but yeah. Um, and I liked it. People would say, "Oh, it makes you look younger," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay," but I think I like the curtain bangs a little better. So that's the
Mm-hmm.
what I'm working towards now. But now I'm at the point where I'm like, do I want to get some of the length cut off a little bit because it's getting longer? I haven't decided.
I know I need to
We'll
go in
see.
and get my dead ends chopped off, but I love the length that my hair is at currently. It's so
Mm-hmm.
long, thick.
It is very long. Yeah.
I used to have hair down to like the middle of my back when I was way younger.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had a lady ask me one time, her daughter, I guess, wasn't like the best at like taking care of her hair, which, it happens. Depression is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked me, she's like, "What do you use to make your hair not so tangly?" And I was like, "Conditioner."
Yeah. Conditioner is your friend.
Conditioner is your friend.
Mm-hmm.
But I know, so the brand I actually use for my hair is called Hask. It's HASK. It has argan oil in it.
Argan
Yeah,
oil. Mm-hmm.
argan oil in it. They have oh my God, my cat just jumped because the car. There's a really annoying
Uh,
the Mustang we were telling you
the
about.
Mustang.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just jumped a little. I saw him from the corner of my eye. But they have different versions of it. I think one has like coconut oil in it. The cap, because the caps are different colors. There's like a purple one, I think a green one, and then I use the blue one with
Mm-hmm.
argan oil in it. I use it because it's a more of a natural brand, because there are
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately your regular day-to-day Head and Shoulders, Pantene, or
Yeah.
whatever, those
Mm-hmm.
actually do have some pretty harmful things in them. So I use Hask
Mm-hmm.
because it's actually a very natural, very good for your hair. It actually makes my hair feel very soft, and it smells like oranges.
Okay. And where do
Um,
you get it?
Kroger, Target, it's just kind of
Okay.
like a regular store. Um,
Gotcha.
because unfortunately sometimes companies charge way more, so a lot of the products I'm telling you
Mm-hmm.
guys you can buy literally at a grocery store. um,
Mm-hmm.
and that goes for everything: makeup, hair, everything. You don't have to spend hundreds
So
to
true.
take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You can spend
Very
an
true.
upwards of $5 and still be able
Mm-hmm.
to take care of yourself. It doesn't have to cost you an arm and a leg.
Right.
But if you enjoy spoiling yourself and buying the more
Mm-hmm.
expensive stuff, there's nothing wrong with that either. Um,
Correct.
but this is for all of our people who may not have the money. Don't feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
You literally don't need to have all the money in the world to be able to
Mm-hmm.
afford to take care of yourself and spoil
Okay.
yourself. I
Or maybe
see
you
your
just
butt.
don't want to spend that much money on. Maybe you want to
Where are
put your
you?
money towards other things,
Come
and
here.
that's um, certainly understandable. I
Ah.
don't, I don't like to spend. Oh, hi, sweet boy. I don't like to spend a lot of money on hair and makeup. Now I do. I think I told you this last week. I do get my hair professionally colored and cut.
Mhm.
In Nashville, especially,
Hi.
that can get pretty expensive, but it is something that I budget for. And hi, Mr. Beanie Boy. He's
Where
so
are you going? He can't figure out where he wants to go. Okay, are you leaving?
cute.
Okay,
But I
bye.
I do get my roots done.
Mhm.
And little tip for you: when I'm between appointments, I used to color my own hair for years.
Mhm.
When Adam and Bethany were young-ish, toddler, elementary, maybe kindergarten-ish age, I started noticing gray hair, and so
Mhm.
I started doing my own. I would just do it at home, and it's a bit of a hassle, but it's doable. You can do your own. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. Don't let people tell you. Now, I hear a lot of hairstylists say that home hair coloring is terrible for your hair. Box color. They'll say I had to fix someone's hair. They've been box coloring it their whole life. Um, there are some brands that are more expensive than others, some that are better than others. If you do your own hair color, there is no shame in that. You do
Mm-hmm.
what you need to do. But if I am between appointments, like I am now, my next appointment will be, I go about every 5 to 6 weeks
Mm-hmm.
and get my hair done. My next appointment is March 18th, I believe. So I have this now. I have used this brand before. It's Madison Reed. I have used the hair color before. I actually really like it.
Mm-hmm.
And you do sort of a um, like they'll you go through kind of a survey about your hair, the texture, the color, those kinds of things, and then they will make a color for you or match you with the best color. But this is my little cheat palette that I used this morning, and you just get some on there and you touch up your roots with it, and it will pretty much stay in place until your next hair wash. You
Mm-hmm.
might have to reapply
Mm-hmm.
some of it, but it'll stay put. I
Mm-hmm.
tend to get a lot right around my face is where it tends to, like right here will go. I'll see the gray
Mm-hmm.
first, and then kind of see it around my part. So I will just put that on, and it just kind of hides it, blends it in a
Mm-hmm.
little bit. Nobody's the wiser. Um, but it just buys you a little time in between your
Mm-hmm.
appointments or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So that's
Hmm.
one of my little
One of your
tricks.
little tips and tricks with
Mm-hmm.
Karen.
Yep.
My actual natural hair color is not black. It's actually an
It's,
auburn brown.
mm-hmm.
My
Mm-hmm.
mother hates that I dye my hair black because she thinks my natural hair color is beautiful. I don't ever want to say my natural hair color isn't, but it's
I
not
love
me.
it. I love your natural hair color,
It's
but
not me.
I
Black is way more me, in my opinion. I think black
and
fits me way
that's
better.
exactly what you should
I
do.
say, that's why I'm like, don't ever let anybody shame you into dyeing your hair, especially a
Mm-hmm.
hairstylist. I know,
Mm-hmm.
I know products can be very harmful. I learned that this summer. I might not always knew
Mm-hmm.
bleaching is not whatever. I just got very impatient. Don't be
Mm-hmm.
impatient. Wait when you need to. Even if it looks like a really
Mm-hmm.
ugly, awkward orange copper color, wait. Don't just dye it more.
Right, right.
Yeah, I dye my hair black every so often, especially my roots. My roots are definitely lighter than my black. I mean, everything is typically lighter than black. But I dye it at home and I do my research and I use typically brands that are actually very good for your hair and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I'll actually in the fall time because I have fun little green eyeballs. I like to frame my face with red. It's one of my absolute favorite looks I do every year. Um, so I'm hoping with taking biotin, I can grow out my roots and chop off this deadness so I can bleach my hair and dye it red. We'll see. We'll see if we'll have to wait the whole year just to give it a break. But I dye my hair black and I don't feel any shame. I use non I don't go to a salon for it. My mom for my wedding wanted me to, and I was kind of like,
Did she?
why would I go to a salon to dye my hair one solid color? I know she probably really wanted me to spoil myself because it's my wedding, but
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd rather spoil myself on something like skin related or like why use the Hask brand. I don't know what brand you typically use, but then I also every so often, like every 2 weeks, I will do a deep conditioning mask.
Oh, okay.
I fully
I
recommend
should do
those.
that.
I
I
fully
really don't,
recommend
but I
those.
should. Yeah.
I do them, especially because I dye my hair. The chemicals
Mm-hmm.
can make your hair a little more tangly when it's wet,
True.
so fully
Mm-hmm.
recommend it as well. And then sometimes I will
Mm-hmm.
do my curly hair like routine because I know my hair doesn't
Mm-hmm.
look very curly now, but it's because I've done absolutely nothing with it but brush it out.
Yeah.
Usually, if I actually take care of my hair is a lot curlier.
Mm-hmm.
Especially I get these cute little like ringlets that like will go if I sweat a lot. I got like ringlets that like go around my face. But I
Do you
will.
use a hair dryer at all?
I don't. I want to get a diffuser very bad. Maybe that can be a birthday. If you haven't, I highly recommend a conditioning mask. I think they really work.
Mm-hmm.
I think they really help my hair, especially after dyeing it.
Yeah.
Kind of helps it get it a little softer in there and really kind
Mm-hmm.
of get up in there and let it like open up more so you can get even more of the dye out. Because I know
Mm-hmm.
sometimes if you dye at home, it can be a little harder because you're supposed
True.
to wash your hair. You're supposed to wash it until the water is clear. But I have
Yes.
learned, especially
Yeah.
with black dye, sometimes the water will look clear, but it's actually not
Mm-hmm.
as clear as you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Interesting. Yeah.
so then when I go and wash it again, there's still more dye, and that probably
Yes,
sounds
I
bad.
I have no, I've had that happen before too, especially when I did my own. Yeah, you think
Um,
it's out, it looks like it's out, but
Even when
it
I
might
had it
not be.
professionally done, that happened to me a couple
Mm-hmm.
times.
It's happened to me too,
I would
right?
like I think it's just because of how thick my hair is.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just traps
Probably,
it in
yeah.
there and people think that they've gotten it all out, but it's trapped up in
Mm-hmm.
there. And
Mm-hmm.
so I have to like wash it twice before all of it's out.
I am the same way.
Um,
Yes.
so
Now
fully
I
recommend that
use,
mask.
yeah, okay. I really need to be better about that because I do have colored hair and I just bought recently on Amazon. It's bar shampoo and conditioner.
Hmm.
Um, and a lady I work with was using it. She used a different brand than me, but I wanted to try it and see if I liked it. I wasn't sure if I would like it. I do. I don't use it every time, but I it looks like a bar of soap basically,
Mm-hmm.
and it's you just kind of rub it into your hair and it actually lathers up really nicely. And
Mm.
then the conditioner is the same. There's a little disclaimer on the conditioner bar. It says this is not going to lather up. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you need to, not expect it to do that. So, but
Hmm.
I do like that. I have some other, I usually will try to use something that is for hair that has been colored, just because I think that it will help prolong the color and not
Mm-hmm.
wash it out, not strip it out.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you do color your hair, you're probably going to want to go with something a little more mild, that
Mm.
works for
Mm-hmm.
you. And if you have
Absolutely.
colored your hair, if you have invested the time and the money and whatever to do that, then it's a good idea to buy the products that will help
That
make it
will.
last.
Absolutely, for sure.
Now my hair has, I like to call it wavy. I wouldn't necessarily call it curly. It has a lot of body.
Body, yaddy,
And you
yaddy,
might
yaddy,
think
yaddy,
I'm
yaddy,
making this up,
yaddy.
but when I was pregnant with Bethany, so when she was born, well, she had this really thick black hair like your color, Kathryn, like
Hmm.
jet black, about this long all over her head, but it was just thick. And you would never know that now because now
Mm-hmm.
she's more of a um, ash blonde,
Mm-hmm.
honey brown, sort of lighter,
She's a light
mid
girl.
color. She is. Um, all of Adam and Bethany were both little blondes when they were little. So she went from black hair to being a blonde. And as they both have gotten older, their hair has darkened some, but
Mm.
never were they what I would say near, like, not as dark as mine. Um, but when I was pregnant with her, I felt like my hair got some more body to it. It was like the pregnancy changed
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
the consistency of my hair. It didn't make it like thicker, or it's still fine, but it got a lot more body from my pregnancy.
Hmm.
So pregnancy does a lot to you that you don't
Mm-hmm.
always think about.
Absolutely.
Adam gave me stretch marks. Bethany gave me some more body to my hair, and Jacob gave me the hyperpigmentation. So thanks to all of them, Bethany is the winner. She came out on top of those three options.
You're just feeding
Uh,
her. She's the favorite child even more
well,
now.
not so much that, but yeah.
She swears she is the absolute favorite
She likes to
child.
think
She's
so.
definitely thinks,
She
and I think you're
likes to
just
think
feeding that
so.
even more now. She's probably like, I knew it. I knew
Aha!
I was
I
the
knew
favorite.
it. Yeah, she didn't. She gave me something that I don't mind.
You're like, actually, mine is fine.
Yeah, I'm actually really good with it. It works. So yeah, but yeah, that's what I do. try to get as much moisture out of my hair as I can,
Mhm.
especially if I'm going to let it dry on its own. I use those little towels, microfiber towels, to
I do
kind
too. They're
of
way
get some
better.
of that extra, yeah,
I
extra
also
water
use
out of
a
there.
silk pillowcase, not just for my
Yeah, and
skin, but it also
I
helps your hair.
should do that. I
Mm.
know I haven't done that either, but I know that is really good for so you don't get frizzies, and I do
Mhm.
tend to do that.
So it
I
helps
have some
that and your
products.
acne as well.
Yeah, I have some products that I will use to put on my hair, and I have the curl. I don't remember the name of it. I didn't bring it, but it's a curly hair routine
Mm.
line, product line,
Mhm.
and there's some gel, and there's a thing that you put on when your hair is
Hmm.
wet, kind of
Mhm.
just to kind of help keep it from fluffing out
Mhm.
too much.
I know I need to get a diffuser to really help define my curls because I
Yeah,
use
but
some curly cream for my hair and we'll braid
yeah,
it and it really helps bring out that curl
hmm
for sure. But
yeah, I really like the diffuser. My hairstylist will sometimes she'll ask, she always asks, "How do you want your hairstyle today?" And I'm like, let's try the diffuser again, and she'll do it. Now her technique is very different because she will make sure that that my hair is more wet, that it's more saturated. And she said that's what keeps the frizz down.
mm,
And then she'll like have me lean way over and she'll just kind of bring it up with the diffuser from each side. And then I'll lean back and she'll do the back part. So,
hmm,
of course, she's the professional. She knows what
right.
she's doing. I typically will just kind of try to use it to get, like I did today, to
mm,
get into those roots, right up
mhm.
next to my head. And I've always heard that when I was in college, oh my goodness, when I would wash my hair every day, and you have to be in class by 8 a.m. I lived on campus. And so a
Mhm.
lot of times my hair would still be wet kind of in the back when I would
Mhm.
leave to go to class because, I just kind of have to let it finish drying. And when it was cold out, I would go sometimes I have little icicles in my hair. And I'm like, that's so wrong.
Mhm.
Um, don't do that. Don't do as I say, not as I do.
Right.
Um, but yeah, it would be, it was just it's time consuming to
Mhm.
do your hair in the morning if you're going to wash it and dry it. I would put on makeup and just the whole thing. Um, so yeah, I try to keep it a little simpler now as I've aged.
Mhm.
I'm like,
Mhm.
if I
Don't need
have
it.
to, yeah, but I do now really try to let my hair dry by itself as much as I can.
Absolutely. I try to not really use heat products at all in my hair.
Hmm.
Obviously if I've got more of a fancy event, I like to curl my hair a little more, but define my curls and
Hmm.
stuff, and we'll use it. Definitely use a heat
Yeah.
protectant on your
Hmm.
hair because heat products
Yeah.
can damage your hair as well. So definitely
Hmm.
if you can find a good heat protectant, definitely use it. Um,
Yes.
th- Honestly, drying your hair naturally is the number one recommended way because
Hmm.
nothing
Right.
to it. Just does its own thing for a while. Don't
Hmm.
brush it out. That's another thing people tend to forget. Do not brush your hair when it's wet because that's also when it can break
Hmm.
because it's at its
Hmm.
most vulnerable. It's wet.
Yeah.
It's very vulnerable and needing to do its thing.
Hmm.
So definitely don't brush your hair until it's dry, and then get
Right.
all the knots out that way as well.
Hmm.
Plus, it also doesn't
I
hurt as much, I feel like, when it's dry.
True. Yeah.
So,
I will now because I shed a lot. I don't know if you do, but oh my goodness, I shed
mm-hmm.
a lot. I can clog up a vacuum cleaner like
My
nobody's business with
shower
my hair.
always clogged
Yeah,
because of me.
yeah. But I will when I get out of the shower. When I washed my hair, I'll kind of just gently run my fingers through
Right,
it
which is
to
fine,
see
yeah.
if there's like a few little knots and stuff. And then I have a wide tooth comb that I will use to go
Mm-hmm.
through. And then I take it like this and I get it all together and I will gently just pull out whatever is loose. And see, I'm doing it right now because I've got, and I will just, and sometimes, like this morning, I was like, oh my goodness, you wonder how you have any hair left sometimes, but
Literally.
it wasn't terrifying, but there was
Mm-hmm.
enough. But I will just very gently try to get through it,
Mm-hmm.
and then just leave it alone. I use a curling iron occasionally. Most of the time, I use it to get my hair to lay down. If it's sticking out somewhere, it's not
Mhm.
so much to style it. I will, like you, if it's a special occasion or something.
Mhm.
But it's more usually like something's like gone the wrong direction and I
Yeah.
need it to tame it down a little bit. I'll
Mhm.
use it for that. But maybe once a week do I get the curling iron out, if that.
Mhm. I feel that. No, the biggest brush I use currently, I can use show and tell because all my hair stuff's behind me,
Yeah.
although it's
Okay.
covered in all of my hair. Don't look at it; it's disgusting.
Okay. Well, won't judge. No,
I
won't
use the
judge.
wet brush when my hair
Okay.
is
Yeah.
dry because I actually think it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot more gentle on your hair. I have a crap ton of
Mm-hmm.
brushes and stuff in here. Ah,
Yeah.
because I've got your little elastics.
Uh-huh.
Because that's what I like to use for my hair when I braid it. I got a cute little
Mm-hmm.
scrunchie. It's strawberries.
Cute. Oh, cute. I think that strawberries are kind of one of your new fun
I
things.
think they
Am I
definitely
right?
are. They definitely are.
Yeah,
I've got
love strawberries.
one curler,
Hmm.
two curler.
Now those look pretty skinny. Are those some skinny ones?
Yes, I like to have
Wands?
they're
Okay.
wands. I don't use an actual
Uh-huh.
curling iron. I don't think curling irons. I don't find my hair holds curling iron
Hmm.
as much. I don't think they heat up enough for my hair.
Gotcha.
Whereas these, like, you touch it, if they're hot, you're losing a layer of skin. I say that
Hmm.
because it has happened to me before. I
Speaking from
literally,
experience.
so you know how like you get hair, like, so you know you get hair like
Uh-huh.
right here on your
On your
knuckles.
knuckles?
I
Uh-huh.
burnt this one right here and lost the entire layer, and there's no hair there at all.
Oh,
Hair won't
wow.
grow
Well,
back.
that is not a do-it-yourself hair
No,
removal
do not
tutorial.
do
Please
that.
don't do
Do
that.
not do that at
But
home.
know that it can happen if
Know that it can
you,
happen. But then I have
yeah.
a flat iron. And then the one thing
Mm.
I love using, if I have the time, are
Oh
Velcros. I
yes,
use
I
Velcros more
had
than
those.
anything.
I don't know if I still have them, but yeah, I
Another
like those.
scrunchie.
Very
And then I
pretty.
have a whole bag of bobby pins. It's just all bobby
Okay.
pins.
Yes, I
Um,
think I borrowed some of those
I
last time
think
I was
so.
there.
And then I have a
Do I?
teasing comb.
Oh, I have that same one.
I use it to section, but I also use it. I
Uh-huh.
used to use it when I was in musical theater to like really va va voom the hair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really use
Yeah.
it for that anymore. I just use it to section my hair.
Same. Now, do I see hot rollers back there?
Hot what?
Hot rollers? The white holder? No, that's
No.
not hot rollers.
No.
Okay.
I used to have them. I don't know what. I think I
Uh-huh.
probably lost them in move, honestly. We've moved
I
so much.
think
Then come.
I bought some. I think I have a snack. Oh yeah, so that's similar to my wide comb that I use when
I use this one more when I bleach or not bleach when I dye my hair. As you can tell, it's got dye
mm-hmm,
all over it.
mm-hmm,
But I use it when I dye my hair to really get it in there and open
mm-hmm.
up my hair. But yeah, and then I got these cute little clips when I won the Color Pop. They're little
Oh,
antlers.
cute.
When I
Cute.
now he's gonna kerplonk.
Yeah.
But yes. With that being said, since Karen refuses to do the outro, it's my turn again.
You
Just
do it
teasing.
so well.
I do it so well, apparently. First things first, we want to touch base on we are not filming next week. You will not have an episode next week. I have some vet visits. I've got to take a stinky boy that just walked in here, too. He
Mm-hmm.
needs to get taken care of. He's getting older and he needs his rabies shots and all that. So we will not be here next week. You will not get an episode next week. But the following week is very special. We can't touch on it
Yes.
now because of people who are listening, but you will see in the future what we're talking about.
Surprise to come.
I'll say very exciting surprise. I'm very excited for. There's a lot happening. March is a very busy month. I have a lot
Mm-hmm.
of birthdays. My brother's birthday, my brother-in-law's birthday, and then my nephew's birthday. So much is happening. A lot of births. It's St. Patrick's Day. It's almost Aries season. So much is happening. It's also Women's History Month. So keep that in mind as well.
Mm-hmm.
It is Women's History Month. So
Spring break.
spring break. This is the perfect month for us to be talking about this kind of stuff because
Mm-hmm.
it is a Women's History Month. Women love doing makeup. And honestly, though, that's another thing to remember as well. Women aren't the only ones who do makeup. So don't go bashing
Sure.
people who are not women
Mm-hmm.
who do their makeup. That's ridiculous.
Everybody can
Get out of here.
express themselves
That's
however they
the
choose.
most perfect part about makeup and fashion and an espresso behind me. Don't eat that. That's fake. Go. Get down. No.
He's just making sure it's fake.
He's like, I need
Making
to
sure
make
he's not
sure.
missing anything.
But don't forget that if you are a male, they, them, whoever you identify as, you're allowed to play with hair and makeup and clothes. You're allowed
Hmm.
to express yourself that way. There's no shame in that at all. And if people try and shame you, like we said earlier, that goes to show their character and not yours. So, yes, with that also
Yep.
being said, if you haven't already, please subscribe to us down below. We absolutely would love to see you join us. I know
Yes.
we had a really good friend of mine share the podcast last episode with a mental health group that I'm currently in. So
Oh,
we may see
nice.
some new traffic come through, which would be very
Yay.
exciting.
We would
Um,
love that.
Also, if you haven't already, while you subscribe, there is a notification bell. We would love for you to hit it because I am posting in our community post. I actually just posted a community post the other day letting everybody know that we are posting podcasts on Fridays now. So
Hmm.
definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I post community posts so you're not left on a loop because not everybody has Instagram. So they kind of need to be notified all over the place. So
Hmm.
definitely hit that notification bell. Also, while you're all down there, there is a description box that does have links for everybody. It has our Instagram, our podcast Instagram, our personal Instagrams, and my makeup Instagram and my Twitch. So if you want to follow us anywhere there, would love to have you. Sorry, something like touched my foot and I thought it was a spider. We don't like spiders here.
We
Also,
don't.
there is
Or
a like
snakes.
button. Would love for you to hit that like button because that also lets us know if you enjoy the content that you're
Hmm.
seeing. And also, leave a comment down below. Like we said, what toner is if you use toner. If you have
We're
any other
dying
things
to
in your
know.
routine, hair, makeup,
Yes.
anything like that, that you would love
Hmm.
to let people know that you enjoy and think that they might
Hmm.
enjoy as well. Or also let us know if there are any other topics you'd love us to touch on.
Hmm.
We have a list of topics to still kind of go through. So if you want to add to our list, definitely add
Yeah.
to our list for sure. We want
Yeah.
to talk about what you guys want to talk about.
This has been a light, fun one today.
Absolutely.
You know that we do get into some deeper subjects, but we try to mix in something a little less deep on
Less
occasion.
deep.
So this has been a really fun one. Less deep. I know.
Less deep,
Well,
yeah.
I don't know what the correct word would
No,
be
no, no,
for
you're
less
correct.
deep,
No,
but yeah,
no. Oh my God,
there's
did I make?
probably a word. I
I
just
wasn't
don't know
trying
what
to
it
make you feel
is.
bad,
No,
but no, like I was
no,
agreeing with you. It is less
my
deep.
my vocabulary is somewhat limited, but yeah.
It's not as deep as they have been.
There you go. But yeah, let us know.
Let us know definitely. With
Hmm.
that being said, this has been Coffee with Milk, and we hope to see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.